think I need to turn that down a bit. Give me one moment while I adjust a few things, and... Is that really how high I normally have that? I think I normally have it a bit higher, don't I? Something like that. But I sort of like this being down a bit lower so that I can actually see over it. But then you could actually just move up. Just on your own. Nah. I want to do that. I want to move you up and you down. There we go. Hi. How's it going? First things first, let me just turn that down just a tad for myself. Much better. Hi. Guess what? We're going to be playing some coloring pixels today. Hi, welcome. Hello, my beautiful birdies. I haven't been live for a few days now. I've been occupied. End of the month, beginning of the month is always tiring. I enjoy the end of the month because it's slow, but also the end of the month is whoopsies, whatever. But also the end of the month tends to be tiring because they usually schedule me for yeah, that does work well. They usually schedule me for late shifts. So here I am. I'm back. I've been a little occupied with just life. There's a lot of curling on right now, so tough to skip out on curling because curling's a lot of fun to watch. But I also want to well, be live and stream for a bit. I figure I haven't played any or colored any pixels recently, which is why I'm doing that now. I hope I actually hit update on that. I think I did. So that is why I want to do this now. For any of my friends out there, for any of you birdies who like coloring, who like just having a nice chance to relax and color, hey, this is for you. This is for you. Because I know I like to color. I like to color every now and then. It's nice. It's fun. It's a good time. Oh, maybe I will turn this up a little. Or maybe not. What do I know? I don't know. Should be about the same volume for you regardless, whether or not I turn it up or turn it down or whatever I do. Let me remove my... That wasn't the right button. Let me try it again. Let me remove myself so that you don't have to worry about that. Here I am pressing all the wrong buttons. My goodness. Anyways, for any of you who like to just have a nice calm coloring session, bring out your coloring books. Now is the time. Now is the time. Nah, heck, there's not much else going on. I'm not in the way of anything. I did not... Oh. Oh. It's this. It's this. Really? I didn't consider that. That would mess with my... I see. Okay, if I use any of my hotkeys to change my camera location, I have to actually pay attention to that because it will actually change my selected color. Because I am using the numpad to do that. Right. I did not consider that. That could be the case. Good to know. Not a big deal. But anyways, I've spent the past couple days setting up playing with some hotkeys. While I've been... Oh, I've just been very tired. Very tired the past few days. Not really for any particular reason, other than I think I'm just very much enjoying the fact that I have a weekend off from looking after my kids. So, I've just been sleeping. I've been watching a lot of my favorite streamer playing Balatro lately. That's a fun game to watch. Fun game to watch. I don't know if unlikely that I'll get that myself, though I believe I do have it on my wish list. But I tend to find that when I find someone who plays a certain game that I like to watch, I often don't necessarily want to play it myself. I'm thinking of things like, I don't know, I like to watch things like chess, for example. Or every once in a while I like to watch some Go. But I know how to play chess. I feel that I can play chess reasonably well, but I would not consider myself an expert in chess. I don't know all the best moves to make. I have zero preconceived plan, and I think that's really where you get super good at playing chess, is where you have a plan and know what you're going for, and, you know, have a good idea of what to look for. I've got a good idea on the strategy of chess. You want to look for places where you can sort of corner your opponent into having to choose between losing one of two pieces, sort of thing. But in the grand scheme of things, I'm just not really I'm not a chess player. Go is very interesting to me. I like watching Go, but I have very little idea on the actual strategy of Go myself. So Balatro is kind of the same thing. I liked. It's very cool to watch. I very much enjoy watching it, and I probably would actually have a lot of fun playing it myself. But if someone else is enjoying it, I'm happy to watch them while I play other games. Because let's be honest, by the time I get around to it, it's going to be old. It will be old. Until one day when I finally am around to playing, you know, new things. Once that happens, woohoo, that'll be great. It'll be fantastic. But until then, I just have so many older games that maybe less popular, but definitely ones that I want to play. Ones that I think either, you know, need something to show for what they've done, or they're just fun and should be played. So what do I know? We'll get there. One day if this channel is successful, then one day I will be playing new games on a somewhat regular basis. That would be pretty sweet. That would be pretty sweet. I look forward to that. So in the meantime, while we're getting to that point, you are currently listening to the playlist that I have created of games that I'm calling it games that I have played on stream, though honestly I have not played Dwarf Fortress on stream. I will at some point. I don't know if I'll be any good at it, but I'll get there. And the soundtrack is so good that I had to start with it. So, now the rest of the games that are currently on here are games that I have played on stream. There aren't a whole lot, but we will add more. I will add more to the playlist as time goes on. Oh yeah, Into the Breach. I haven't played that on stream yet either, but I will at some point. Into the Breach is probably like, that will be my debut of how much I enjoy chess and chess-like games. It is very chess-like, that is true. That Into the Breach is very chess-like. And, man, when that was new, I played the heck out of it. There's been an update, like a free update to it, since it came out that I'm certain that I have, but I haven't played since that update came out. You know, been trying to get other things done, but let's be honest, Ben Prunty makes really, really, really darn good music. So, gotta have that in here too, I think. Okay, we've started the top of this here. I'm not getting any idea of what this is yet. Tons of similar colors down here. No idea yet. I gotta remember that gotta give you some opportunities to take some guesses on what it is. So what fun is it to not know? Well, it is fun to not know, to take a guess and see if you can figure it out. At this point, my guess is something to do with the sky or water. We'll see. We'll see. That's my guess at this point. If you have any guesses, now's your time. Now's your time to take some guesses on what this might be. I also did some dog shaving yesterday. That was a fun activity. That is pretty well why I wasn't live yesterday. That took a lot of work. I usually give my dog a shave once, maybe twice a year, depending on how things are. Once or twice a year. Because his fur grows in, kind of thick. I should post some of that, huh? That wouldn't be a bad idea. I should post the pictures I took of that. It would be a good opportunity for me to use my coffee page for something. And or Tumblr. For the most part, I don't really know what to do with those. I mean, other than to just post something there every once in a while. Now, if you happen to be someone who enjoys coloring and has been enjoying my Graveyard Keeper series, I'm almost done with Graveyard Keeper, and I have a lot to upload on that, so I sort of figured that now might be a good time to do something that's not Graveyard Keeper, because that should give me an opportunity to upload some Graveyard Keeper. There's not much left for me to do in there. I'm almost at the end of the game, story-wise. I'm pretty much in the last... I mean, I only have 20% of my achievements left to get. We're a little... Are you always this crooked? Or is it just me? There we go. Yeah, I'm in the last 20% of finding achievements. So, I'll finish out the story for sure. Because, you know, I want to find out what happens when we go through the portal. But besides that, there's not much left for me to do other than to just hunt for achievements. Catch fish that I basically neglected the entire game. And I mean, that's most of the achievements left is to catch fish at the moment in that game, and then to play around with the tavern. So there's not much, active stuff left to do as far as I'm aware. It's mostly just time commitment. I'm also a little bit, admittedly, I'm also a little bit demotivated from playing the rest of the game at the moment, because I found out that one of the achievements I wasn't able to get because I picked a different choice during the quest. So, I hate finding out. I hate that a lot, because that means that if I want to 100% the game, I have to... That means I have to redo it. It means I have to replay a pretty big portion of the game. If you're curious what that part is, it's the astrologer. At one point he asks for either a book, or you can offer him the rare mineral that you dig out of the ground. Turns out there's no achievement for the rare mineral you find. There is an achievement for, if you give him, I believe he asks for a Silver Star book. And then if you give him a Silver Star book, he then asks for a Gold Star book. And it turns out that the achievement for giving the astrologer a Gold Star book is not just to sell one to him at any point, it's actually to give it to him during that quest, period. That's it. That's it. It doesn't sound so bad, but it's disappointing. It's disappointing to find that out, I think. And as a person who really, really enjoys getting the achievements in the games, because why not? Gives me a goal to work towards. That feels good whenever the words pop up telling me, hey, you finished something that we want to give you an achievement for. It sucks to find out that you can't get them all until I play a big portion of the game again. So most likely I will save it for either if my daughter wants to play it, or if these are looking like clouds, if you ask me. These look kind of like clouds, but this sort of looks like it could be like the beginnings of like seaweed or something. We'll see. I'm not sure yet. I am not sure yet. I am absolutely in the mood to do some color switching. In fact, nope. Yeah, no, I'm absolutely in the mood to do some color switching. We are super gonna do that. If I were feeling more casual about it, I would just switch colors at the bottom, but hey, as a person who likes playing games like StarCraft, which I've been playing lately too, I don't mind getting my fingers some practice and making sure that I'm hitting the right numbers. I'm certain I just hit 3, but that's okay. It's also good practice for work. For one-handed work. There are quite a few times where I enjoy doing my work as though I'm playing a game of StarCraft and trying to hit my hotkeys real fast. One hand on the mouse, one hand on the keyboard. Sort of a fun way to be. If I could always do absolutely everything one-handed, probably would. Oop. So you just look at how nice this is to be able to switch around like that. It's pretty cool. I had a thought earlier. I'm not real sure if I finished my thought. It was about the music on the playlist here. I'm not sure how much of Graveyard Keeper will stay on the playlist. I mean, at the moment, I'm probably a little disappointed in it, just because of what I was talking about earlier. That disappointment of knowing that at some point I have to go back quite a ways to get that last achievement. Hopefully, just the one. But other than that, I mean, as for the music, it's nice and peaceful, as we're listening to some right now. But am I going to want to keep it on the playlist? I don't know. It's nice music, but it's not necessarily like, you know, it's not a banger. It doesn't really slap. You know? It just doesn't quite get there. It's okay. We'll see. I've removed some things so far already. See, I mean, this is looking like a plant of some kind. I could be wrong, but it looks like a plant of some kind. Let's follow this line and see what this turns into. I sort of feeling like watery and planty here. This goes down deeper than I thought. Or deeper than I expected. It's more accurate. Seeming that could be a plant. It could be. But this looks like clouds up here. Oops. 30 is one more over, huh? 30? 0? Is double zero a thing? It's interesting that it lets me pick that, but I don't... Interesting. I think it actually does seem to let me pick 0, 0 as a color option, even though it doesn't exist. Yeah. Yeah, see, this music exists. Like, it's there, it's good. It's decent while you're playing the game. Outside of the game, though, I'm not so sure. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. There's lots of time to make things better. Plenty of time to make the playlist better. It will only get better as more games are played. We find more music that just really fits in with the feel of everything we want to do. Right? I'll figure it out. Some of the double numbers can be a little harder to follow, I find. Just because there's... I don't know, I find the singular numbers, like basically 1 to 9, are very recognizable. Because, you know, it's one number and it's right there. Anything else? Like anything that starts with like 10 and up sort of starts to get a little tougher to follow, because, you know, 10 and 11 and 12 all start with a 1, so they can look the same at first glance. Now, of course, not everyone wants to make it into some kind of challenge like me, where coloring over incorrect numbers will uncolor things. I find it enjoyable, though. It's a nice way to just make sure that I'm being a little conscious of where I'm clicking. Helps with the muscle memory, of clicking in the right spot. Rather than just being all willy-nilly about it. As fun as that can be. And you can see every once in a while I'm just swinging a little wide on that. No big deal, really. Again, just sort of something to help me practice, make sure that I'm clicking in the right spot. I like to do things in a generally calm and controlled fashion so that we're not just being insane. See, now this is good. This is good music. This is good music. This is from Age of Wonders, if you don't already know. This is something we will be hearing very soon. Most likely, most definitely, I'm pretty certain, once I'm done, or maybe even before I'm done with Graveyard Keeper, Age of Wonders might be coming up very soon. I've already uploaded a couple parts of it last month. And it's absolutely a game that I've always adored, and I very much want to make a full and complete series on. I tried making a series on it years ago, but never actually managed to finish. Part of the reason that is that it was taking too long. I just didn't have enough spare time to finish it at the time. But now I have a lot more spare time. And it's a pretty easygoing game to play. So, Age of Wonders will likely be coming up soon. I'll be doing at least one series on it. The one that I've already started a little bit, where I'm only using automatic combat. But one of the reasons that Age of Wonders can take too long is because if you do every combat in tactical combat, well, it takes forever. If you've ever played a 4X game, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about, I'm certain. I am certain of that. You'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Or, well, yeah, no, if you've ever played a 4X game where there's a lot of choices to make, I mean, the game can get very convoluted, especially if you haven't played it much, so you don't really have, like, strategy. It can be a long game to play. Luckily, I've played it before, quite a bit. It was pretty much the game that I grew up with. I used to just play games just to pretend that I was playing games against other people, but I just used to play against myself. I used to play all sides myself. But it's very much a game that I grew up with, so I love it a lot, and I'm excited to share that with you soon. Oop. What was that? Stormcrow, what was that? Smack right in the middle of not the numbers 1 and 0. Okay, alright, let's take a look back here. Okay, alright. I'm getting a better idea of what this is now. It's looking more like mountains. More like mountains back here. Trees. Evergreen trees. This could be it could be a painting. Landscape painting, like a Bob Ross, for example. See, this music, anything from Age of Wonders, one of the things I like about them is that they're longer. Each musical piece is longer than a minute. So it's like a whole true composition, like long composition. So one of the things I like about it is that I don't think I have anything bad to say about any of the music. Something that doesn't stay on the playlist is there's a couple things from Into the Breach, for example, that I decided to remove. They're just little 30-second snippets of, like, you know, victory, that kind of thing. I did remove those. Those don't stay. Those don't stay. They're just like a tiny little snippet of almost nothing. Not a big fan of having those around. They just don't excite me all that much. They're more of an interruption in whatever I'm listening to, or whatever I feel I'm listening to. But this, for example, is 4 minutes 11 seconds long. And I like it because it's not just 4 minutes of repeating the same notes over and over. It's actually it has some progression to it. It's so good. So I don't get tired of these songs. And maybe that's just because I grew up with them, so I love them so much. But it's gotta be. It's gotta be. I hope that the music that I choose, the music that we end up with on the playlist to represent what we've been through on this stream over time, I hope you enjoy it as much as I do. Certainly, not everything will be to everybody's taste, but what can you do? Not everyone likes the same thing, that's just normal. I did not hit 26. I thought I did. I was close, but evidently not quite there. I feel like I jumped into the middle of something here. Just had a bit of a funny start to that one. So my plan with the playlist that I'm building over time is to just sort of add pretty much anything that we play on stream. If I enjoy it at all, I'm going to add the whole thing to my playlist, and then we'll just sort of pick and choose. Either on my work time as I'm listening to music, or while playing this stream, playing games on stream, like this. I'll make some decisions on things. I'm sure over time some songs will get phased out. They might stick around for a bit until they get phased out. Nice to see some numbers here getting finished off. Very good. Yeah, that's looking very good. I'm enjoying this. It is... I'm pretty confident saying it is some kind of mountain scene. Still don't know exactly what's down here yet. But it's coming together nicely, I'd say. There's like one more 9 around somewhere. And I say like one more 9, and it literally says 1, so there it is. Yeah, I don't know how I felt about that song. I'm going to... I'm gonna down thumb that one, actually. I'll come back to it. I'll listen to it again later. But for now, I'm going to down thumb it. And it just sort of has a bit of a weird start and a weird end to it, I think. And it's just not that... it's just not that great. Sort of another one of those, it's a song, it exists. I'm sure in the context of playing the game, it sounds very nice. But outside of the game, I want to remember the best ones. The best songs that we've listened to. The best of the best. Now, perhaps it's a bit silly that I'm doing that, even though I haven't played Into the Breach on stream yet, but oh, the music is so good, and I know I will. I know that I will play that game on stream. It'll come about when the time is right. Oops. So, what's the plan? What's the plan for today? Plan today, after, as usual, this is going to be a 1 hour episode. Because I like doing things in 1 hour chunks. It seems effective. Like a good amount of time to spend on something before taking a quick break and doing something else. Or just for taking a quick break before coming back. So, what am I going to do with this? I mean, once I'm done this hour, however far I get, I do have to do some vacuuming. I don't have to, but I want to. Make sure the house doesn't get too full of hair. Between myself and my dogs, we leave a lot of hair. So, wherever we're living, whether that's with someone else or in my own place, I don't want everything to get filled with hair. I'd feel really bad for anyone who comes to visit or anyone who's living there, or even for my own sanity. So, that being the case, I do have some vacuuming that I want to do. So I am going to do some vacuuming, and then we're going to come back, and my plan is to crack out some... I want to crack out some free games that I found on Steam, because, let's be honest, I have way too many games available to me. I've pretty much collected... I mean, not even pretty much, I've collected a ton of games that I need to do something with. If I don't do anything with them, they'll just sit there and collect virtual dust. So, There we go. I'm back. I'm back again. Just had to have a quick chat. So, my apologies on that. But also, life. Just normal life. Welcome to being a parent. Or just living with people, you know. I'm not going to ignore someone just because when they come chat with me for any reason. That'd be silly. Besides, it gives me a good opportunity to get good at using my hotkeys. Or something. That song, I like that one. I think I gave that one a thumbs up. That might not stay that way, but I enjoyed that. That one is for some reason, a nice tune for me. Not entirely sure why. Just for some reason, I like it. What was I saying before that? I believe I was saying that the plan is to play some free games, because I have way too many of them. I've saved up a load of them. As some would say, a buttload. I've saved a lot of them. So I would like to play through some of them. So that's the plan for today. I will take a short break in, about 10 minutes or so. I will go do some vacuuming, then I'll come back and tackle one or two of those. I have a hair in my mouth. And it's not mine. It's the dog hair. That's the biggest downside to trimming the dog, is that afterwards, no matter how much I brush or wash the dog, he still has loose fur for like the rest of the day. But let me tell you, he's adorable. He is now adorable. I will have to upload those pictures to... I'll probably upload it to the coffee page once I'm done. Once I'm ready. Next time I start doing a bunch of uploads, I'll have to upload those to coffee because they're cute. They are cute. Oops. 12 is not quite the same as 21. Similar, but different. Oops. It was close, but not quite. Trying to cut those corners without lifting a finger, without unclicking, is tough. That's not a 17. Like my title says, I'm a little tired today. I don't know necessarily why. And like, ugh. And like my back hurts too. It's a little sore. Again, don't really know why. Slept in the past couple days. I don't know if that's because I'm like really tired or if that's because I'm just happy to have the weekend off from looking after my kids. Not that I don't like looking after my kids, just that it's nice to have that one weekend off every once in a while. So maybe that's why I'm feeling the extra sleep. Or maybe it's because I was working the late shift last week, and now I have to adjust to work an earlier shift this week. We're just gonna pretend that didn't happen. You didn't see that. Yeah, now I don't want to get your hopes up too much, but in theory, yeah, that's good. I don't want to get your hopes up too much, but in theory, I should be able to stream some this week, this coming week. It is, I'm not working until the end of the day. I'm only working until 6, so I should have some time to actually stream a bit. But of course, along with that, I do have to actually find some time to upload some videos. I'm behind on the Graveyard Keeper. I'm so sorry. It's part of why I'm not playing Graveyard Keeper today. Because why upload more, or why record more if I'm already really behind on uploading it? Oh, that's a 15. How did I miss you way up there? Oh, no, this is from Dwarf Fortress. The soundtrack to this game is so well done. I mean, at the moment, the soundtrack to this game is pretty much like my happy place right now. It's so well done. Now, at some point, I have to actually play it on stream to, validate it being on the playlist, but it's really good. It's really good. How can you not like this? Oh, so good. Okay, I'm sure it's possible to not like this. Not everyone likes the same stuff. It's part of being human. We're all different. We're all unique. Even you. You're unique too. And that's what makes you awesome. Because you are you. You keep being you. You can come hang out with me whenever you want. As much as you want. Leave me a comment, I'll respond to you, probably. I don't leave many things. I hate leaving things not responded to. Maybe hate is a strong word, but true. It's true. I really don't like leaving things hanging. There was a brief moment where... Never mind. I was going to say, there was a brief moment where I wanted to do this quickly, and then I decided not to. It just depends on how I'm feeling. Sometimes I want to take it slow, sometimes I like powering through. That wasn't the right combination. It's because I pressed it in the wrong order, that's why. There is a possibility, a slim possibility, that I might, just might, learn to play this type of music. Maybe not necessarily this, but yeah, I mean, if there was anything I wanted to work towards, the Dwarf Fortress soundtrack would be it. My mother has a guitar that doesn't get used a ton. I used to have a violin myself, but I don't know. I just wasn't all that into it. Would I be more into a guitar? I feel like there might be more guitar things that I'm interested in trying. I don't know if I think I might give it a try in my spare time. Wouldn't that be cool? Would that have anything to do with the stream whatsoever? Probably not. Probably not. It'd be a fun hobby. Well, this is very familiar, isn't it? It says very familiar. This is the village. Of course it's familiar, because I've been playing so much of it lately. I mean, what do you think? Should we finish the rest of this? We've been live for an hour. 76% done is pretty good. I could probably finish this. Reasonably quickly. Now one day I'll reach a point where I can just make these videos and then upload them right away. Because I'll be diligent and prepared and such. But at the moment, I do very much need to catch up with my Graveyard Keeper uploads, and then of course I'll finish Graveyard Keeper. It's only fair. And I wouldn't dream of uploading anything out of order, just in case there's anyone who wants to keep up with the timeline of how things progress. So, that being the case, I should try and get a little bit of uploading in today. Oh, that's a good reminder. That's a good reminder. Hey, have you ever heard of Wall World? if you haven't heard of Wall World, well, let me tell you, I've got a game for you. I have a game for you. This is Wall World. It has a really good soundtrack. I mean, is it the best game in the world? Maybe not. Some people have complaints about it. And I mean, in the grand scheme of things, it's basically play a game, die, upgrade until you win. But the music makes it absolutely worth it. And if there's something I want on this stream, it's good music. Let me try this repeat once command. I have never been one to use repeat once, ever. But considering part of this stream is, in my mind, becoming finding the most fun games to play for me, and the most epic music from all those games, that makes me want to try this repeat command, because it's a good one, and this is definitely one of the best songs, or best soundtracks, that I've heard in quite some time. Not that I've heard very many game soundtracks, to be honest, because I haven't played a lot of new games recently. I've been so stuck in my old ways. Not wanting to ruin the experience of playing new games without you. Because once upon a time I thought to myself, gee, if I ever got a chance to play all these games for you, or for anyone else, if I ever get a chance to play these games on stream, it could be a lot of fun, right? Especially if it's for the first time. Oh, that's so good. Okay, so I said repeat one. Is that really just going to repeat this song over and over? Is that what that does? Repeat all, repeat one. Interesting, okay. Now, I was complaining a little bit about, you know, some of the soundtracks nowadays that are only a minute long, and it's, you know, just a loop, but it's a good loop. If I'm being honest, it's a good loop. Oh, doesn't go all the way across there, silly me. Yeah, it's a good loop. And I'm happy to bring you the experience of this musical loop. We will be hearing it, I'm sure. Because there was an expansion to Wall World. It was the first game that I decided to play on the stream when making this new channel. When deciding that I am going to make a new channel and play games on that channel. The first game that I latched onto with that idea was Wall World, and it may very well be because that soundtrack is so good. So there was an update, or an expansion, some DLC for it. A little high on that. There was some DLC for it, which, when it first came out, people were complaining that it was a little buggy, a little rushed, maybe. And I don't necessarily know if that's true, but I knew I wanted to get it, so I did. And quite simply, I just let it gestate a little bit, percolate, brew. I gave it, let it have some time. As many times when people complain that things are just a little bit buggy, it just means they need some time for some updates. Oops, I'm just being lazy now. So, by the looks of the reviews now, seems like any of those bugs and such have been fixed. It is quite possible that the actual game itself might still not just be the best game in the world, but hey, that's not the point. I'm not trying to play only the best possible games ever and nothing else. That's not the point. I'm trying to play good, fun games. There may be some hidden gems out there. There might be some that I like just because the music is kick-ass. But yes, likely the next 2 games coming up once I'm... Whoops, I was a little incorrect on that. Likely the next couple games coming up once I'm done with... Or once I'm a little closer to being current with my uploads will be Age of Wonders and Wall World. Should be 2 very fun games to play, 2 soundtracks that I enjoy a lot. Oh, Age of Wonders, thank you. It's like you know exactly what I want. I know I'm going overtime on this video, but I'm having a good time. And honestly, isn't that the point? Isn't that the point of this? To have a good time. Sometimes I just want to listen to some music and color. My goodness, and this will only get more fun as we get better. Well, as we get better into the games that I have. All the games that I've collected for such a long time. As we get more through them, the playlist will just get better. And as I listen to the playlist over and over and over, that I will curate it to be better as well. That is the goal. That is the goal. We'll get there. All right, we're nearly done. We're nearly there. We are nearly there. I'm not unhappy about taking the extra time to finish this one. Oops. Well, that's quite a reach. 1 to 9. And there we... Did I miss 1? Did I miss 1? Is it really all the way? Really? How did I miss that? There we go. Landscape. I did use the word landscape earlier. I did use the word landscape earlier in my guess. Specifically, mountain landscape. I didn't put that together. I didn't realize that was a stream. Granted, I didn't look out at all. Oh, I didn't even notice that. There's a deer there. Cute. I love it. I love it. At some point, I got to take some screenshots of these and upload these too. But very good, very good. That will do for now. We've colored another picture in our series of coloring pixels. I'm just working through book 2 right now of coloring pixels. There's still plenty. Look at this. There's still plenty of free content left that I don't even have to pay for yet. Isn't that wonderful? Isn't that fantastic? There's still so much more to do. But for now, that's going to do. I'm going to take a break because I need to stand up, stretch, use the washroom, and vacuum. Very important. Then I'll be back after that, and we're probably going to crack out some free games. That's the plan. I'll see you later.